Hello and welcome back to Lilly's Viking adventure. I'm so glad you're here. Today we take a look at the ancient traditions of the 12 days of Yule, a magical and sacred time celebrated by our northern European ancestors. As we approach the winter solstice, it's the perfect moment to reflect on these old customs, many of which still inspire our modern celebrations today. So grab a warm drink, get cozy, and let's journey back in time to explore how our ancestors celebrated the darkest days of the year. Yule is more than just a holiday. It's a season of remembrance and connection. It begins with Modronicht, or Mother Night, the longest night before the shortest day of the year. This night was sacred to Frigga, who helped the new year be born. Our ancestors would take this time to finish all their work, clean their homes, and prepare for the days of celebration ahead. And believe me, failing to do so could anger the gods and spirits watching over them. And of course, no holiday celebration would be complete without offerings. On the evening of the solstice, they would wassail their apple trees, but also leave a bowl of porridge and milk for Santa or Tomte, an elf-like figure who watched over the household. This is actually where our modern tradition of milk and cookies for Santa might have come from. But the celebrations didn't end there. As families stayed cozy by the fire, welcoming Suna, the sun goddess, with candles and a blazing Yule Log, something darker was happening in the sky. The wild hunt, a terrifying procession led by Odin, would sweep across the heavens accompanied by restless spirits. During this time, people would honor their ancestors, leaving food offerings for their loved ones who had passed. It was believed the spirits of the dead played an important role in ensuring a good harvest for the coming year. Speaking of gifts, let's talk about Santa. Now, the jolly, red-suited man we know today was actually inspired by the Norse Tomte, who would deliver gifts to those who were tidy and hard-working throughout the year. In ancient times, gifts were carried by the Yule goat, a creature linked to Thor and his chariot-pulling goats. It wasn't a sleigh, it was the goat that carried the holiday cheer. Today we still see the Yule goat in the form of straw ornaments that hang on trees or sit on mantles. Now let's not forget the Landvættir, or land spirits, who were crucial during the Yule festivities. Our ancestors believed these spirits inhabited places like trees, rocks and springs, and to honor them they'd make offerings of ribbons and sweets. This connection with nature was sacred, and during Yule it was common to leave offerings at specific natural sites around the homestead. Of course, Yule wasn't just about honoring gods and spirits, it was about joy. And the Yule Log was the centerpiece of that celebration. Families would find the biggest oak log they could and keep it burning for the entire 12 days of Yule. The log would be lit using a remnant from the previous year's fire, ensuring good luck and protection throughout the coming year. Feasting was another important part of the celebrations. Wassail toasts, ale, mead and punches would flow, and there were ritual toasts for gods like Odin, Njord and Freyja. And let's not forget the tradition of raising a cup in memory of departed friends, a custom known as minni. By the time New Year's Eve rolled around, it was time for Hogmanay, a celebration carried over to Scotland. It was a night for drinking, making resolutions, and a custom called first footing, where the first person to cross your threshold after midnight brought you good fortune for the year ahead. Ideally, it was a dark-haired man believed to ward off bad omens from the Viking invasions. So whether you're celebrating Yule in its full glory, or simply reflecting on these old traditions, we can all take inspiration from these ancient practices. Remember to honor your ancestors, connect with nature, and embrace the magic of the season. Thank you so much for watching today's video on the 12 days of Yule here at Lilly's Viking Adventure. Don't forget to check out the description below for sources, links to our Etsy shop filled with Norse-inspired gifts. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and comment with your favorite Yule tradition. We'd love to hear from you. Until next time, God Yule and happy holidays from all of us here at Lilly's Viking Adventure.